Alrighty. I think I'm live. My phone be acting janky. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Hey. If y'all can hear me, just put yes in the chat. Can you all hear me? Just put yes in the chat. Hello, everyone. I am live multiple places. What up? Richmond Nation. Hey. Cool beans. I'm glad you all can hear me. Great. So let me send out my little community text message. I don't be wanting to send a text message out unless I know this junk will go live. Because I've tried to go live before and that junk crashed on me. So, hey. Hey, y'all. Okay. So, let me send out another text message to the peoples. Let's see. How y'all doing today? Let me know in the chat. How y'all doing today on this lovely Sunday? All right, let me pick who I'm sending this to. Boom, boom, boom. I'm live here. Come food with your girl. You know what I'm saying? For the 993,000. Send this text message out. All right. Doing great. Got some much needed rest. Perfect. Cool. All right, we up in this thing. Hey. So, I'm excited about today's topic. Okay. So, let me introduce myself for anyone who may or may not know who I am. My name is Audria Richmond, and I'm a marketing and launch strategist. I work directly with my clients to teach them how to build uncloned brands and launch profitable marketing campaigns. I'm the girl you come to when you need help with what you should sell and becoming the obvious choice in your industry. Okay, if you like, I'm tired of people comparing me to everybody and their cousin, come to me. Mama got you. Okay, so so I want to tell y'all what I just finished doing. So I just finished pre-recording a training for my licensing deal. Okay. So I have pre-recorded trainings that people can lease from me when they don't have a speaker budget. And they have a budget, but it's not my core speaking fee. And so we lease out presentations, pre-recorded presentations that we put together. And so that's why I'm all dressed up and all that cool stuff. I just did a presentation. So now we have this asset that can be licensed to multiple people at any given time. And I'm excited about it because my licensing agreement is lit. Okay. Y'all need to go check out my homegirl, Ashley Kirkwood at Mobile General Counsel. They hooked me up with my licensing agreement. Okay. So anyway, let me get through the content because I don't want to get extra damn everything blow up. So just confirm with me if you can hear me. Just put yes in the chat if you all can hear me. And then we're going to get up in it. Okay. There she go, y'all. The Ashley Nicole show. Okay. All right. Because I don't want my phone to get froze and then we mess up. Okay. So I was working in our new planner. Okay. Our new planner that's going to come with the course. We have so many new courses coming down the pipeline. So if you're not on the wait list, what are you doing? If you're not on the wait list, what are you doing? I'm confused. Okay. Get on the wait list by joining our text message list. Okay. Or you can get on my email list, either or. Okay. You can do both of those things by getting on, using the link in my bio. So I was doing some annual planning and I'm going to turn to a section in here. I done already geeked this joint up. I didn't put stickers in here and the whole nine, y'all. So y'all know your girl is super extra. So let me go to the section I want to talk to y'all about. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that planner. Looking good, ain't it? So let me get through this. Let me go plan. All right. Where we at? Now, this doesn't have the dividers in it, so I got to remember where stuff is. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here we go. So I came up with a plan. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see that. Okay. Came up with a plan. And we actually did this exercise during our annual planning workshop. So if you participated in our annual planning workshop, then you should know how to do this exercise. Okay. So if y'all like, what are you talking about? We talk about capacity and bandwidth. And I kind of want to tell you about what I have done over the years and like how I plan to do things differently going forward, right? So in the past, whenever I would run into a capacity issue, if you have a question, put it in the question box and then I'll get to the questions at the end. It's very hard for me to like answer questions and teach at the same time. So the way my live streams work, I like to present the content and then we open it up for Q&A. Okay, so if you have a question, use the Q&A box and put your question in there. And if you're on Facebook, just go ahead and put your question in the comments. Okay, so we have this exercise that we take our clients through, which is like a bandwidth and capacity thing, right? And oftentimes in the past, you know, it was just always my husband, me, and Armanda. And if you all don't know Armanda is my executive assistant. And so we've been able to build the business up to over $1 million as a very small company, right? And so we've never really had a huge, massive team. And so even though that's like a really great thumbs up situation, it's also one of those things where I realized like, okay, you just want to keep making $1 million or you want to make a couple million. Because if you want to make a couple million, you're going to have to become something different. You're going to have to do something different. And so because of that, I said, okay. And so I allowed myself to think beyond my limitations. Okay, that's important to know. I allowed myself to think beyond my limitations because if I base it on our current infrastructure as a company, I wouldn't think big. I wouldn't be making these huge decisions because I'll be looking at like, oh, well, it's only me, Calvin, and Armanda. And then we have our graphic designer and our brand ambassador manager. And like, we have those like, you know, if I base my vision off my current limitations, I would not think big. Because all I can think about is like issues and problems and like where I'm not and what I need to put in place and like all of these things that can be a distraction to your vision. And so when you're in a dreaming state, when you're in a vision state, when you're planning for the future, you have to allow your mind to have fun. You have to allow your mind to not think about money, limitations, restrictions, any of that. And when you allow your mind to do that, you can think of big things. You can have big dreams. You can think about how much, you know, having a whole bunch of money. Well, they say it's a whole lot of money in this joint, right? Like you can begin to have a whole lot of money because you can begin to think big. But when you're only thinking about what you have, then you don't think big. If you're looking at the fact that I can't afford a $10,000 coach, so you're not going to think about getting advisory, right? Oh, I can't afford to pay for that particular product. So you're going to stay small and you're constantly going to hand sew things, right? So when you thinking about your current situation, you don't even dream because you don't even think it's possible because of your current limitation. Am I making sense right now? Just put yes in the chat if you are hearing what I'm saying right now. Just put yes in the chat, okay, if you are hearing what I'm saying right now. So I decided to think big. I said, all right, Audria, if you was going to think big, if you was going to think grand, if you was going to think really, 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 really big, right? If you wasn't going to think about your limitations currently, what kind of business would you create? And that's when it got fun. That's when it got fun, y'all. When I said, oh, baby, I'm going to start thinking about like when I remove the limitation, when I allow my mind to run wild, when I allow myself to see my business in the next 10, 15 years, that's when like the pen, I couldn't stop with the pen. I was just on my notebook like this. I was like this. I couldn't stop writing, y'all. Like, y'all know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like when you start thinking so big, it scares you. When I got done writing this down, it was me and Cal when we went to go have dinner. And so when we finished writing it down, I was scared. And I can be honest and say I never created a vision that scared me. But this scared me. Okay? Like I've always built, I guess you could say I've always had a vision that I know I was capable of stepping into. Does that make sense? We tend to visualize what we know we're capable of. But as soon as you go on the other side of capability, that's when things start to happen. You be like, let me go back. I don't know what's on the other side. So let me go back. But when you allow yourself to think beyond you, beyond your resources, beyond everything, you can begin to have fun. Okay. So one of the things we started to do is I started to ask myself, because one of the things we talk about when we help our clients with their offers is we talk about lifestyle. Okay. Lifestyle. I don't want to work in July and I don't want to work in December. Those are 2 months I don't want to work. Okay. And actually, I don't want to work in January, if I'm being 100, right? If I had to pick 3 months, I don't want to work. I don't want to work in December. I don't want to work in January, and I don't want to work in July, right? And so when I started to think about the lifestyle I want, the type of business I want to have, and all of that stuff, I started to be like, okay, well, I don't really want to work in these months. But guess what? My business cannot not make money in those months because I want to go on vacation. Do y'all hear me? Like, I cannot limit my vision and what I want to do because I want January, July, and December off, right? Because that's what I was doing prior to now. I'd be like, all right, I want July off, so I'm going to take July off, and then I'm going to take January off, and I'm going to take December off, and then I'm going to make sure I make all my money in between. That ain't how you run a damn business, right? Do we know when Jeff Bezos on vacation? I don't know. Do you know? Do you know when Jeff on vacation? Do you know when Elon Musk is on vacation? Do you know? I don't know. Right? Do you know when they out skiing on a resort and doing their thing? You don't know. Right? And so how am I supposed to grow a business, right, if I'm building it around the lifestyle as opposed to building a business as if I wasn't running it? And that's when that next level thinking comes into place. That's when you can begin to think about, well, who would need to be in place? Who would need to run the business for me if I wasn't here, right? How can UnCloned Media run without me? So then I started to say, well, you have to be able to knowledge transfer. And for everybody who's a coach or consultant, or you do something intellectual where it requires a lot of strategicness and all of that stuff, I'm here to tell you that you will handicap your business if you don't have a knowledge transfer plan in place. Okay? What are you talking about, Audria? Knowledge transfer. Well, in order to do knowledge transfer, you need to have a place that your stuff is documented. That's number one. So what did I spend the last couple of months doing? Creating products, creating assets so I can train people, right? So for instance, we have we got the new Publishing Like a Pro workbook coming in, but I'm going to show you the old one. So we have the Publishing Like a Pro workbook. And so one of the things we started to do was like, okay, I need to put some program managers in place. I need someone who can run Publishing Like a Pro when I'm off. I need someone who can run UnCloned Offers, which is going to be our new course that's coming out. I need someone who can run UnCloned Launch when it comes out. And I'm deciding if I want to do a mastermind. Okay? Because I'm seriously thinking about what type of infrastructure would need to be true in order to scale UnCloned Media. If Audria was not an intricate part of the business, if I was not a part of like being in the trenches, doing all the work, following up with, because this is another thing. Ooh, I'm getting heated up. I'm getting warmed up. I noticed a flaw this year. Okay. I noticed a flaw this year. The flaw that I noticed this year was I had the money to hire people and I thought it was enough. Somebody will get it. Somebody will get it. Somebody will get it. I had the money to hire some people, but it wasn't enough. Well, what you talking about, Audrey? What you talking about? What you talking about? I was hiring and I forgot I had to manage. I was hiring and I forgot I had to manage. I hired 3 agencies and 2 new employees, and guess who had to manage them? Me. So keep in mind, I'm pulling everything back. Look, I'm I'm laying it all out on the line, okay? I forgot somebody got to manage all these new people I just hired, okay? I hired a copywriting agency. I hired a content agency. I hired a graphic designer. I hired two new marketing people who are no longer here, but I had hired them. Like, I had hired all of these people. And I forgot one key ingredient. Who's going to manage them? Who's going to manage them? In my mind, I thought I'm paying these people so they can manage themselves. So let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. When you get to a point where you hire people, right? So let me give you an example. I work with an amazing copywriting agency. They are the bomb.com. I can just send them my ideas and they off to the races. But guess what has to start at every project? I have to give them a brief. Well, who's writing the brief? They ain't gonna write it for me. Okay? They not gonna write the brief for me. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I gotta make the time to write the brief. They gonna do the work. Let's be clear. They're gonna do the work. They're gonna do an amazing job with doing the work. However, I have to prepare them for me, the work they're gonna do for me. So I have to write the brief. I have to send it to my account manager. The account manager is going to do what they do, and then they're going to get my projects back to me. But I am still involved in the process, even though I hired. Okay, I'm still involved in that. Example, if I said I wanted to create some new planners, some new projects and things like that, I can't just tell my graphic designer, girl, go design my Publishing Like a Pro workbook. No, I got to write notes. I have to give her an outline. I have to tell her how I want those things structured. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm still the manager. I'm still managing. And so I can't grow a business because I'm still doing project management. I'm still a leader. I'm still making executive decisions. I'm still doing all the hiring and firing. I'm still involved in all of these different meetings. And so how am I supposed to grow and scale this thing if I'm still involved in the project management phase? And so one of the things that messed me up, was thinking that, oh, you got the money to hire, everything gonna be ooh la la. It was not ooh la la. It was, okay, this is the first time I'm talking about this publicly. I think I've mentioned this time to time again, but early in the year, if y'all was paying a close attention, I was talking about hiring, right? And I was so excited, and I was telling everybody, I just hired marketing managers. And I was so excited about it. Okay. And 2 months in, let's just say 2 to 3 months in, it didn't go as planned. Okay. I was not, and I can take full responsibility for this. Okay. I was not prepared to work with employees, right? I was not prepared. There was a lot of things I needed to do from a leadership perspective, and I wasn't crystal clear as clear as I could have been about my vision. I thought I had my vision. Like I guess you could say I had like this ooh la la vision, but I didn't have like a day-to-day operational vision, which is a little bit different. And so we obviously, split ways, and it did not go as planned. And so I felt defeated. I felt so defeated. I felt like I had hired a hiring consultant to help me. I had, set up, got my gusto going. I'm learning how to process payroll. I'm doing all of these things. And here it was, I had people here and I could not properly lead them. I couldn't properly get what I needed out of it. They didn't feel appreciated, nor did I, right? And so we split away. Everything was good, but I learned a valuable lesson. I learned a very valuable lesson. And this has nothing to do with SOPs. Let me be clear. Okay? This has nothing to do with SOPs, because you can have all the SOPs. You can have all of the operational system, tools, resources, you name it. But when you're bringing people into your business, right? When you're bringing people into your business, it's a whole nother ballgame, right? Because you can still have issues that come up even with SOPs. I want to make sure that that's clear because I don't want y'all to think your girl over here raggedy as fuck. Let me be clear, okay? Let me be clear. I don't want y'all to think Audria over here raggedy because I'm not raggedy, okay? I just got so accustomed to working by myself. You got to keep in mind, I built $1 million business by myself. And so it was very hard to bring people in and train them and allow for that trust, if that makes sense. And so I need y'all to know that because I don't want y'all, I want to be clear, right? I want to be transparent, but I want to be clear because I don't want y'all to think I'm out here sideways like that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out. That was it. That was the extent of it. It didn't work out. But I learned a valuable lesson in that, right? And so when I decide to hire again, right? When I decide to hire again, I know exactly what I want a person to do when they come into my organization. I know exactly where they play in the vision, in the role. Does that make sense? So I just want to make sure because you can SOP up to death. You can hire, like in my case, a hiring consultant. You can do all of that stuff and still not get your dream hire. So don't think that because you SOP'd up and you got all your stuff together that you can't hire wrong, okay? Because everybody has hired wrong, whether you want to admit it or not. We have all hired wrong, whether it be the wrong coach, the wrong help, the wrong, graphic designer, the wrong web person, the wrong whoever, fill in the blank with your person, right? The wrong photographer, the wrong videographer, you name it, okay? We've all hired wrong in some capacity. And so for me, I guess you could say I kind of felt defeated, right? I felt like I had this huge vision, this huge dream, and it wasn't going to happen because I couldn't even be a good leader for these new hires. Does that make sense? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like I felt so defeated. And so, and also it doesn't help that I'm in a community and everybody and their cousin is hiring, right? Everybody is hiring. Ooh, look at my team. Ooh, look at my team. I got 15 people on my team. I got 20 people on my team. I got 40 people on my team. And I'm over here like, I can't even get past my 2 hires. You know what I mean? But then I had an aha moment, right? I had an aha moment. I do have a team. I just don't have employees. And that was the pivotal shift for me because, we are in a, hire a team culture, right? And nobody talks about the responsibility that comes with hiring. Nobody talks about the taxes you got to pay, the money you got to pay, the amount of training that has to take place when you're hiring people. No one is talking about that stuff. Everybody is glorifying hiring and getting a team. And no one is really talking about the responsibility that's required to run and manage a team. Okay. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Okay. But I said all that to say that I do have a team. I have 3 agencies that I work with. I have my executive assistant. I have my graphic designer. I have some trusted independent contractors that I work with. I have some service providers that I have worked with. And so I do have a team. But in my mind, I felt like I didn't because they weren't an employee. They weren't, they wasn't giving UnCloned Media 40 hours a week. And so in my mind, I felt like I didn't have a team. And I totally disregarded the people who was helping me grow my business. Does this make sense, y'all? Like, I hope this is making sense. I hope this is making sense. And so when I had that aha moment, it gave me hope again. Okay, it gave me hope again. And then that's when I decided, okay, Audria, you can dream big. You can think big. You are capable of doing that, right? Okay. All right. So I decided to just write out my big vision. And we came up with a $5.4 million revenue goal that can be made if everything that I have here goes off without a hitch. And this is not even a really heavy business model. This is us selling 3 programs, accelerator. So certification, mastermind, licensing, and 3 programs. So it sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. It's like it's super easy to manage. And so I started to begin to think about, as soon as I wrote this plan, I started sketching out the team. I said, well, who do I need? I need a COO. I need program managers for each program. I need someone who can be a project manager. I stopped getting afraid of my decision of what happened earlier this year. I stopped feeling defeated. Does that make sense? I stopped beating up on myself, because y'all have to know, I beat up on myself for months. Ask my husband. I asked some well-known people that y'all would know, because I asked my millionaire friends. I contact my millionaire friends and I said, hey, have you ever had any troubles with hiring? How did it go? I was sad, y'all. I was like a little sad puppy dog. Have you ever had any bad experiences with hiring? Can you give me some tips? They were like, girl, that shit normal. Them folks like, girl, that stuff normal. Like, all my friends that's making millions of dollars every year, they're like, girl, that's normal. Okay? People gonna leave and come all the time. So you just need to go on, develop some tough skin and keep it moving. Okay? You gonna get burned. People's gonna be people that don't do their job. Like, you just need to be prepared. Okay? So I was like, okay, all right. So let me build up my leadership bone. Let me get up my leadership energy. Okay, I need leadership energy. And so I said, all right, I'm gonna give it another stab. I'm giving another stab. Because it's like, sometimes when you are in the thick of what's going on, you don't realize it's normal. It's easy to think you broken or something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to think that, like, you broken, you did something wrong, it ain't working, when really that's just a part of the process. It's inevitable. And so, but you don't think it's inevitable because you ain't never been through it. So in your mind, you beating up on yourself, you being hard on yourself, and all of these things. So anyway, there's that, right? And so I said, all right, I'm going to give it another stab. Y'all going to start seeing some more hiring flyers from me. I'm going to put on my big girl panties. And I'm just going to deal with the fact that if I get some bad hires, they got to go. If I get some people that ain't a good fit, they got to go. I just need, because this is what I believe. And this is why your expectations will tear you up every single time. This is my expectations. I was like, look. Everybody was telling me about the bad hires they had and all that. I'm like, it ain't gonna happen to me. I got me a hiring consultant. I got me a VIP day for hiring. Everything gonna be Gucci over here. You know what I'm saying? We got our Gusto hooked up. We got our offer letter ready. We got our employee contract ready. We had all the systems, okay? That's why I said that system shit is for the birds. So we had all the systems, right? And I said, okay, we got the systems, we got all the stuff, everything is good to go. And then boom, right in my face. Boom, right in my face. I said, okay, all right. Got him. So I could laugh about it now, but a couple months ago, girl, it was raw. It hurt. Okay. It was a sore. Okay. But yeah. You can have all the systems in the world and you can still learn some things that wasn't in place. You can't prepare for everything. And so because I am a planner and I love to prepare and I love to put things together and all of that stuff, I thought I could prepare myself out of the inevitable. And that's not realistic, right? That's not realistic. I thought I could prepare out of the inevitable. And because that's a part of the process, I had to learn to not, beat myself up or take everything to heart, right? So hopefully that makes sense, y'all. So who do I need to become? One, I need to become a good leader. Okay? I need to become a leader. I need to develop some tough skin, right? And not, because I'm a Cancer, y'all. So I'm very emotional. Okay. I'm very emotional. I'm very gooey. I love the people. I'm all gooey. My husband be on some like, let it go. Let it go. So I needed to really work on my leadership skills and let things go. And if I'm going to hire people, let them do their job. And I need to be crystal clear about people's roles and responsibilities when they hire. I need to put an executive leadership team together so I don't overwhelm myself, and I can put other people in place to make decisions for me. So, I just wanted to share this with you, because when you think about who you need to become, right? Who you need to become, you can begin to give yourself grace, right? You can begin to, not feel so bad and beat yourself up all the time. So hopefully y'all found that to be helpful, useful, all of those cool things. And so we are going to open it up for Q&A. I am on Instagram, and I'm going to do Q&A on Instagram. So if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, come over to Instagram. Okay. So if you are on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, because I'm live in those places, come over to Instagram. We're going to do Q&A on Instagram. And thank you so much for watching today's live stream. If you'd like to learn more about how to work with our company, head over to audriarichmond.shop or audriarichmond.com. Thank you all so much. And so I'll see you over on Instagram. Bye-bye. All righty. We are exclusively on Instagram. What'd you say, babe? Oh, how to get on the wait list for the planners. So let me tell y'all again real quick, okay? It's not just the planner, okay? You all will be getting a planner and course, okay? You will be getting a planner and course. So it's a system, all right? You're going to buy the course. You're going to get a planner in the mail. Let me just show y'all a mock-up. Give me 1 second. All right. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Let me know. Just put yes in the chat. I think we still working on the box design. It may or may not be that, but anywho, it comes with the planner. Okay. And it comes with 30-day access in the course and 30-day access in the Facebook group. And if you want to stay, you can just pay a recurring fee. That makes sense, everybody? So you pay you got the self-study. We have the accelerator version and then the VIP day version. Okay. So for everybody who like, girl, I want to do a VIP day, just know it's expensive, y'all. It's $10,000 plus. So if you want to do a VIP day, it's $10,000 plus. However, if you want to do the self-study, each self-study version is less than $500. Okay. Each self-study version is less than $500. Okay. That was on purpose. I wanted to help the people. And you all will be getting 30-day access to the program, and you get a physical planner in the mail. And just know it's going to be way thicker than this. Like, y'all, the campaign planner is 400 pages. We made the final PDF. It's 400 pages. So we have this one, which is UnCloned Offers. And then we also have, let me pull in the other one. Give me 1 second. Okay. And then that's the other one. So we have UnCloned Launch, and we have UnCloned Offers, and then we have a content planner that we're releasing, and we have the opportunity hour. So we're releasing 4. Okay. And I'll show y'all a little screenshot of that real quick. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. I'm like, please don't push the wrong button, girl. I got some crazy stuff in my phone. All right, can y'all see that? I probably should have put the other one. But anyway, we have the UnCloned Offers, which is all about helping you. If you don't know first off, you can't launch unless you have something to sell. Okay? You cannot launch unless you have something to sell. And so if you need help with what you sell and your product suites and all of that, you need to be in the UnCloned Offers course. Okay. If you like, girl, what's in your phone? None of your business. None of your business. What did Calvin say? Whatever. Don't act like I got something crazy going on over here. Anyway, so we don't pay him no mind. So we have uncloned offers. So if you need help with your product suite, what you sell, and you want to make sure what you sell is uncloned, then uncloned offers would be for you. If you like, girl, I know what I sell, I just need the launch. I'm ready to do my, 4-figure, 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure launch. Girl, help a sister out. Show me the way. Then you need the launch planner. Okay, so you need the uncloned launch. So there's 2 courses, uncloned offers and uncloned launch. Okay, if you need help with what you sell and how to launch, you would get both. If you only need help with offers, just what you sell, you would only get that. Maybe you know how to launch, or vice versa. Okay, so that's how that works. That makes sense, everybody? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, so let me stop. Oh, and then we have the opportunity hour, which is a system that we teach on how you can be pitching yourself every single day and getting opportunities. And so we have a planner for that, and then we have a content planner, and then publishing like a pro. So if you all want to learn how to publish planners, card decks, games, whatever, you need to be in Publishing Like a Pro. I also want to mention that Publishing Like a Pro lifetime access will be going away at the end of the year. So you do not enroll into Publishing Like a Pro by the end of the year, you lose the opportunity to be able to have lifetime access. Okay, just FYI. Now, when you join Publishing Like a Pro, you get a welcome kit in the mail, which comes with your workbook. You get access to the course, lifetime access to the course, and you get 30-day access to the Facebook group. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right. So I am going to stop sharing. Okay, and then we're going to answer some questions here. Is the planner available yet? So the course is not available because you can't get the planner by itself unless you have already enrolled in the course. Okay, so the course is not available. The course will not be available until probably, I think we'll start doing pre-orders in November or December. Okay, I get my samples by the end of the month or beginning of next month, and then by that time I have an official date. Okay. All right, let's see. Any other questions? Let's see. Hey, Audria, I know you've been in the business for a few years. How can we get more clear on our vision and mission? I'm just going to be honest with you. Your mission and vision is going to change as you change as a CEO, right? I'm quite sure a lot of people, what they initially thought they was going to be doing in business, they are not doing that right now. And so I know for me, I thought I was going to be a graphic designer all of my life, and I'm not. I thought I was going to be a professional photographer all my life, and I'm not. There were a lot of evolutions of my career, and so I would definitely say you're going to evolve. And I think this is the first business where I feel like I'm there. You know what I mean? You know how you do work, you do something, you're like, man, this is it. This is my jam. Like, I actually want to take this and like scale it up. So that's where I am with that. Okay. So I would say there are some books you can get. So 2 books I recommend is Vivid Vision and Traction. I recommend you get those 2 books because they can help you with your vision. Okay. Though the name of that book is, the first book is called Vivid Vision, and then the second book is called Traction. Okay. By Gino Wick. Let's see. Which planner did you just mention about pitching? The Opportunity Hour. That's the Opportunity Hour planner. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Audria, how much is the recurring fee for the Facebook group after the 30-day access? It depends on which one you get. I don't want to put a price on here yet because we're still toying around with it, but I did want to give you all a good price range so you could get your money up. You know what I'm saying? But just know that you'll know as we get closer. But I do want you all to kind of start budgeting now for the systems when they come out. Okay. And I know you all asked us about will we be doing bundles. We're still deciding on that. And if we do bundles, it's probably going to be for pre-order. Like, you can bundle it during pre-order, but maybe not afterwards. Don't hold me to that. Okay. Don't hold me to that. But I think we will do bundles where you can get a deal when you buy all of them together during pre-order. But I don't know if we would do that beyond pre-order. So still thinking about that. Okay. Also, I do want to mention we need some people. Let me tell y'all what we need. So we're putting together a brand partner guide. Okay. It's a brand partner guide. It's going to be a 48-page guide that's going to go in every order. Okay. Why am I talking about this guide? People ask me all the time about different types of people. When people are launching, they need graphic designers. They need photographers. They need legal. They need coaching sometimes, coaching that I don't do, right? Sometimes people need an industry, a specific type of coach. You might need a copywriter. Like there's a lot of people, because there's a section in the planner. Let me pull it up. Oh shit. Ugh. All right. Let me go to that section. 1 second. Shit, this thing here. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. So there's a section in the planner where we talk about your launch team. Okay. And there's a lot of roles in here that we go over. Okay. So we go over your launch team and like the people you need to have on your launch team. And we need to get our Rolodex up. Okay, we need to get our Rolodex up because, yeah, it's some people I will never refer business to ever again because of my personal experience. And so we're going to be looking for people. This is a paid advertising opportunity. So basically, it's going to be a 48-page guide that we're going to be putting in every package that we ship. Let me give y'all, first off, do y'all want the details on that? Just put yes or no. Because I don't want to go over the details. Y'all like, I ain't interested. I don't want to go over. Y'all like, girl, I'm not interested in that. Let me know if y'all want me to tell y'all a couple of things that we plan to do. And the partner's guide. I need that. Your graphic designer is fired. Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay, cool. So in the partner's guide, we're only taking, we only have 42 pages for ads. Okay, 42 pages. So you can buy like a full page ad or you can buy half a page. You know what I'm talking about. So you can buy half a page or you can buy a full page. Okay. He's got a lunch team with one. So we're going to have 42 pages that's dedicated to ads. And here are all the places we're going to put you. We're going to have a dedicated website for our partners. There's a section inside the planner. Let me go to it. Here we go. Let me see if I can cover this up. I don't want y'all to see this URL. Let me just do this. So there's a section in the planner, like the physical planner, that people are going to be able to go to and then go to the website. So you'll be on that website. You'll be in the printed guide. You will be in the digital download. So we're going to actually be giving the guide away. And then you'll be linked inside of our portal, like our course portal. And then you'll be mentioned on social media. And then there'll be some upgraded options. So like you want to do a Clubhouse room with me, or you want to do an IG live with me, or you want us to send an email out for you, or text message, all of that stuff. There will be some add-ons. But for the most part, this is going to be a little booklet that you can be in. The deadline for this is December 10th. So we will be talking about this very, very soon. But I did want to put you all on notice, just so y'all can know. Okay. Let's see. Are you doing group coaching? I remember you said you suspended coaching at one time. So yes, we're going to have 2 accelerators. Okay. We're going to have an accelerator in, what day we said, January, February. And we're going to have one in May and October. May and October. Okay. So, and these are going to be accelerators. And they're going to be for each segment, if that makes sense. Anybody can book a VIP day now. So if you like, girl, I ain't got time to be waiting for May and October of next year, cool. You can always book a VIP day. So we're going to have self-study accelerators that we do twice a year. So those accelerators are going to be in May and October of next year. But if you like, I need help right now, then you can book a VIP day. Okay. So hopefully they answered your question. I'm a nail tech and I took 6 weeks off last year. when I got surgery, but my clientele has been very, very inconsistent since coming back. I was booked every day before surgery. What can I do to gain them back? You can do some kind of incentive, but if you are like really, really good, it should be no problem to get them to come back. But if you're having like, if they're like, I don't really know, whatever, you can kind of do like a win back campaign. Like, hey, you know, I had surgery, blah, blah, blah. I'm back in full effect. So you can do like a I'm back campaign and let people know that you're back. Maybe introduce some new specials or some new ways that you plan to do nails. So maybe some new nail techniques that you've learned, things like that. So I would try to do some kind of win back campaign or I'm back type of campaign. That's what I would do. And it don't have to be cheesy. You know how some people leave social media for a few weeks and they be like, whew, I'm back. It seemed like y'all still on the same stuff. Girl, we did not miss you. You could have kept that negative energy to yourself. So, so as long as you're positive and fun about it and you're getting people excited about your comeback, I think people be really thrilled to have you back. Okay? It's all about how you reintroduce yourself back. Let's see. I'm a part of Publishing Like a Pro when it first came out. So will I still have access for life? You will have access to the program. You do not have access to the Facebook group. We sent out a notification to you all if you all wanted to renew. And so if you want to still be a part of the Facebook group, you can just pay, I think it's a quarterly fee of $2.97 at the time of this recording. Let me say that because, you know, y'all be trying to hold people to stuff. At the time of this recording, it's $2.97 a quarter. Okay. So if you want to renew, back in the Facebook group so you can get support on your project, you can, but you do have lifetime access to the course. Okay. Let's see. Is there any tips or advice you would give to a business owner who is in year 3, but having on and off sales this year, wanting to finish this year, hitting our goals and sale goals? You took the Black Friday call. So we talked about some strategies there, and I'm going to say this because I know you. And so this is what I will say. We're actually about to teach this to my mastermind. So I don't know. I feel like this would be a great time to invite the public to this training. But anyway, we're doing a training called Offer Recall. Okay. And the name of that training is called Offer Recall, how to, let me tell you. The last time I did this training was in 2018. But I'm going to be doing this training again with my mastermind members. And it's called Offer Recall, Eliminating What no longer works in your business. So if you've been trying to grow your business with the same offers, the same programs, the same type of services, I would be curious, like, you have to know when to quit. I'm not saying you have to quit, but like if something doesn't work, or if it's not selling, or if it's not growing in the way you intended it for it to grow, then at some point you have to know when to let it go, right? So one of the things that we're going to be talking about in the Offer Recall training, it's about you going back and looking at what is selling in my business. Because some of you all have stuff that you sell that ain't even selling. And you still like offering it to people and people are not buying it. It could be your offer. It could be that people don't want what it is that you're offering. And if they do want what you are offering, they probably don't want it from you. Or it could be something wrong with the pricing or something like that. So I'll give you a prime example. Baby, I need the yes experience. Where the hell is it? Here it is. 1 second. 1 second. All right. So I have a product that I created called the Yes Experience. Can y'all see that? We published this in oh my God. I want to say we published this in now it had to be 17. Yeah, I think it was 2017. I think it was 2017. So anywho, we made this product. It's gorgeous, right? Amazing. And when we was trying to sell it to people, people didn't get it. Like, it was a few people who got it and they purchased it, but it wasn't like some game-changing number, right? It wasn't like, oh my God, everybody and their cousin wants this product, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, man, this product is bomb. It's going to help you with your, basically what this was is a product to help you bring your vision board stuff to life, right? So it's kind of like a project planner for your vision. That's the best way to explain it. But anyway, you would take something off of your vision board and then you would put it into the planner and then you would work through it every quarter. So instead of just posting a whole bunch of random shit on the board, you would essentially just pick one thing that you put on the board that you want to focus on, and then you would work through it for the quarter. That's how it was designed. So anywho, we had this product and we made some sales. Okay, we made some sales. We put a lot of money into it. So we paid someone to design it. We paid someone to do like the, some of the graphics. We did, I want to say 2 or 3 marketing campaigns, and we kept marketing it. And it just wasn't selling. And the reason it wasn't selling, I believe, is because we would just tell people what the strategy is and they didn't really need the product. You know what I mean? So like the product became more like a nice to have and not a I have to have it. Does that make sense? Now, this was in 2017. My audience now is a little bit different than my audience in 2017. So maybe if I reintroduced it, which I have been thinking about reintroducing it, people may be open to it now. But back then, people weren't open to it. So why am I bringing this up? Sometimes you will be selling something that you need to stop focusing on, right? Whatever that may be. So if you're doing the marketing, if you're putting the things together, and let me be clear, because some of y'all don't, and I'm not talking about you particularly, but sometimes you all don't be doing things to the fullest extent. Sometimes y'all will like do bits and pieces of it and be like, it doesn't work. And then if I was to like show me your strategy, show me your assets, show me every single thing you did, show me all the emails you wrote, show me everything. And if I was to look at that campaign as a whole, it will reveal why it's not working. And so oftentimes I can't do that with every single person, but sometimes you all don't follow the system step by step. You kind of like, well, that's too much work, so I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's a little bit too much. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this instead. And so if you're kind of like doing your version of it, that could be the reason. But for sometimes you just gotta let it go, right? Sometimes you gotta let the business go. I've done that before. And then sometimes you have to let the offer go, whatever the thing is you're selling. So, and then sometimes you don't have to necessarily get rid of it completely, because you can go back and revisit it. You like, all right, I'm gonna take a break from this, and then I'll be back in a couple years and then revisit it. Because sometimes your passion for it could go away because you're now pivoting and focusing on something else. So I'm saying all that to say that sometimes if you have stuff that you offer and it's not moving, it's not selling, people don't get it, it's very hard to sell, it's very hard to explain, it's probably a good indication that you need to let it go. Okay? So that would be something that I would consider. Let's see. Do I come to you for the VIP, or is it a specific location for VIP days? So if you want to book a VIP day, you can click the link in my bio and there's a work with Audria button and just complete the intake form. Okay. You would go to that page and then complete the intake form. Let's see. Hell, I like that product, taking the vision off the board. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a different type of community now. I feel like my newer community is more loving. I'm just being 100. I feel like the newer, and I think it's because I can't put my finger on it, but like I feel like the new people that I'm currently attracting is a direct reflection of how we market and who we want to attract. Because sometimes people be jumping from coach to coach, person to person, and so it's kind of like a melting pot of multiple people. And so I feel like because I've changed and I've changed my marketing and I've changed who I want to attract and I'm crystal clear on who I want to work with, I feel like my newer audience is people that are my people, right? Because they are in alignment with the brand, and then also they are in alignment with who I like to work with. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. So it don't look like we have any more questions. Do you all have any questions? Just let me know. If not, we will call it a day. because I believe my husband want to go to dinner. Okay. My husband want to go to dinner. Okay. Let's see. Makes sense. Okay, perfect. Any questions? If not, I'ma go. If not, I'ma go. I know you're hungry, boo boo. I know you're hungry, boo boo. We gonna go. We gonna go. I was just trying to see if the people had any more questions. That's it. You have grown in your streams are very authentic and confident. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Enjoy dinner. Great. Thank you. Hey, Audria, you mentioned bundle options are under review. Does that include planner bundles? So, like, when we bundle it, we will be bundling the courses. We will be bundling the courses, which comes with the planner. I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right. So, let's see. 2 things. One thing I highly recommend if you're new to me, okay? If you're new to me, y'all know, look, I'm all about asking for the sale. Y'all should not be showing up unless you're asking for the sale, okay? So, number 1, if you're new to me, I would invite you to get our book bundle. You can do so by clicking the link in my bio. The second thing I recommend is that we have an annual planning workshop inside of my shop at audriarichmond.shop. And so if you're thinking about how do I plan 2021, how do I get ready for, plan for 2022, go and check out our annual planning workshop. This was a replay from 2021. I haven't changed how I approach annual planning. I approach annual planning the exact same way. So it's no need for me to re-record the training. So if you're like, hey, I need help with my annual plan for 2022, then go to audriarichmond.shop and get our annual planning workshop. So you can learn how to plan out your 2022. Because I was going to do a workshop and I was like, why? When I already did a good job with this last one. It's really, really good. It comes with a workbook, all of the 9. So, hey, have at it. So let's see. Should I get an expert to guide me through creating a course or do it myself? That's a good question. I would ask, what are your technical skills? I would ask, what are your technical skills? So, like, are you tech savvy? Because if this person is going to, like, sit there and help you make slide by slide, record your videos, all of those things, then to me, that seems like a good investment because you can get through it. So if you have the technical capability of just knowing how to do it yourself, just do it yourself. But if you want to kind of like remove all of the errors and do it right the first time and get that support, then hire someone to help you. So it really just depends on your goals. Cool. So we answered all of the questions. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really had a good time recording this live stream. Hopefully you found value in it. And until next time, y'all, I'll see you on the other side. Let's go build an uncloned brand. Bye, y'all.